the last maybe 3 years or 2 years, my brother's girlfriend is from Korea, and so she started introducing me back into Korean food, and then I love it now again. So I'm so happy.
You a fan of kimchi?
Yeah, I love kimchi.
I actually
All
like
the
it too. I
different
didn't think
kinds.
they were gonna like it.
I love it, but there's so many kinds. There's
Is there
kinds,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's kinds without the garlic and the kinds without, you know, because sometimes they put like the fish roe in there and stuff. There's all different kinds. There's white ones that aren't spicy with no garlic. There's ones that have just like onions. There's ones that have radish. There's cucumber ones. There's cabbage ones. So there's all different kinds. Yeah.
Wow, that's...
So it seems to me that the passion for preparing food was in you, but it was like sleeping, and all of a sudden you started...
I always loved making food.
Yes.
I always made food. I used to bake a lot when I was younger, so I was always a baker. So in a way, I was sort of like a pastry chef in that way. I had no classic training, but I used to bake a lot. I spent a lot of my younger years, like in college and things, in catering kitchens. So I just did a lot of learning hands-on. And I find that food is just design. I'm a designer and artist first and foremost. So I love to design fashion and experiences and, like we said, web pages and interaction design. And so food is just another experience, you know. So that's what I just enjoy doing, designing. And I love raw food preparation and design of recipes because it's a real alchemy. It's so fun.
It's hard.
Oh, no.
For me it is.
Easy. That's why I wrote my book.
Oh, that's why.
Exactly. Because it's really just understanding what the mouthfeel is for a particular dish that you want to make. So you can mimic that mouthfeel with different ingredients or different vegetables that you cut in different ways and then marinate it different ways, and you get that mouthfeel. And then if you look at like the cooked recipe, you'll see there's certain herbs and spices to get the flavor profile. So a lot of times those same herbs and spices can be used in the raw recipe. So it's really understanding the mouthfeel and the flavor profile and getting as creative as you want. Like I've put carrot pulp from carrot juice into a date paste with chocolate to make a chocolate cake. You know?
Interesting.
And what we're really familiar with is putting carrot pulp into like a nut cream, right, to make a mock salmon or a mock tuna fish salad. So you put all the same other ingredients. You put in celery, you put in onion, you put in, you know, pepper if you want, and then the cashew cream will be sort of like the mayonnaise, you know, and then you put in the carrot pulp, and that sort of mimics very much the similar mouth texture to tuna fish, that flaky, fishy, and it's orange, so it looks like salmon. And then I like to put dill in there or parsley, which, you know, you may put, actually that would taste better than just like a tuna fish, more vibrant.
And talking about dessert, 2 weeks ago I made your mango goblet. Oh my God. It was unbelievable.
Okay,
I made it. I did it.
It's so easy.
I like to prepare food, but I haven't done this because my wife does it now. But it was great.
So easy, right? Pecans, dates, a little bit of salt and a little bit of coconut oil. That's it.
So I know there's different...
And then mango.
Mango?
Yes.
Oh, I love mango.
Yes.
Oh. I mean, there's different, you know, like a blender, you know, Vitamixer, juicer. Which one do you use more? If someone had to get one thing, what would it be?
I use my blender every day, like 3-5 times a day.
So that's a Vitamixer? Is that...
I love the Vitamix, but the Vitamix is a little bit more expensive. So for people who don't have that budget, I just start them out on a lower end one, but realizing that it's not as powerful, there's workarounds to that. So a Vitamix I love because it'll pulverize anything. You could put an entire vanilla bean in there, it totally breaks it down. But, and it breaks down all the nuts and seeds. But if you don't have that, you can always break your nuts and seeds down in a grinder first and make it into a powder. And then if you have a less powerful blender, put the powder in there so you're not needing so much power from the blender. So there's workarounds. So I talk about that in Essentials. But, and then also another great blender is a personal blender. It's like a small, so it has a lid. I really love it. So it has like a
the
lid.
little one, yes, it's for nuts
tiny,
and things like that.
The bullet, is it called? The bullet?
Yeah, the bullet, or that's one of them. There's a personal blender, but it's great because they have a 1 cup, a 2 cup, and a 3 cup. So it's great for making, you know, smoothies and sauces and dressings in smaller volume. And again, they have a grinder top that you can just put on and grind things into a powder first before, because it's not very powerful. But I use that when I travel. I take it in my suitcase.
Yeah, that's key, for traveling.
And then a food processor is the other tool. So those two tools, a blender and a food processor. The food processor is for processing dry ingredients. So you can't really add a lot of liquid to that. You could always just hand chop things, but it just takes longer. But a food processor you can get anywhere from like $30 to $300. But I always recommend that you start with a 7-cup container. I have a 9-cup container. You don't want to start with the little one because it's not powerful enough, and then also you can't make enough at once. Because that's one of my recommendations, is to always make like 2 or 3 batches at one time, so you can have leftovers in the fridge. That way it makes it easy to grab a healthy snack when we get hungry instead of having to just make everything all at once.
Annie, I wanted to ask you this because it's really important for me. In your book you said that raw foods has been shown to reverse serious health conditions and are great to enjoy every day to prevent sickness and maintain health. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? That is so important, people don't know that food can be your medicine.